What can we do? And I want to ask all three speakers to answer that. Why don't we start with Nnimmo?
You know, this question comes up all the time because when we hear the big stories, it looks like, well, the problem is so big, there's nothing we can do. And true, we cannot do everything, but there's always something we can do, both individually and collectively. To tackle global warming, the main challenge is to get governments around the world to work together and know that this is a real planetary crisis. And to do that means citizens must come together to make real demands on politicians. We have to make very strong demands that climate, we can do individual actions which are very essential, but the collective action is very vital. But okay, now having said that, individually, there's something we can do. And in the context of our meeting today, hosted by Global Greengrants, we cannot all go around the world doing things, but there are people all over the world that we can reach by sending contributions and donations, assisting the pot to grow, because the challenges are getting more steep and bigger every day. So what we can do, one thing we can do, two things: make a demand on the political structure. Number two, support by giving to the work that can reach the whole world, even where we cannot reach individually.
Thanks, Nnimmo. Nonette.
As consumers, we can decide what things to buy, what things not to buy. As individuals, our lifestyles are very important, which ones we do and not do, what amounts of electricity we consume and not consume. And also, if we measure our ecological footprint and we're willing to pay the cost of that, we can introduce you to communities that are planting trees or protecting the really fragile ecosystems, and you can be partners with them. It's just a way of learning their wisdom and communicating with them on a personal basis. That is something very, very important. And we have hundreds of grantees out there living in very fragile lifestyles, so fragile ecosystems, and are doing something. And it's amazing what they do. They don't even have money. What we provide them is inspiration. What we provide them is one-off action from a small grant, but it triggers something. It triggers major responses from neighbors and a movement. And if we grow that together, and you learn with them, and while they learn from you, it's going to be very important.